If you are over 65, there is a reality that is rarely spoken, not due to secrecy, but merely because many simply don't know. Every time you use your cup to fill with that ideal morning coffee, every time you skip a walk because of the cold, every time you reach for the salt shaker or forget your glass of water, your seemingly innocuous daily decisions, the ones you do on a whim, may be quietly increasing your chances of stroke. Now we come to the hardest part. Stroke can hit without warning. It can hit when you're in the middle of dreaming, when you're in the middle of your favorite show, or even when you're in the middle of standing in the kitchen making toast. But there's some good news. Great news. Medical experts are in agreement. Up to 80% of strokes are preventable. Before we get started today, I wanted to know where you're listening from today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and feel free to ask any questions that you might have. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications, keeping you on top of the best health advice from Silent Age Wisdom. If you're listening right now, I'd love to have you present with me. Leave a 1 in the comments if this video speaks to you. Leave 0 if the answer is no. Prevention is possible without the expense of expensive gym memberships, high-end equipment, or elaborate eating plans. It really starts at home, in the center of your kitchen, the coziness of your bedroom, and even the serenity of your garden. If you are age 65 or older, or if you are caring for someone this video is designed for you. In just 30 minutes, I'll walk you through 9 simple, effective, doctor-approved habits that you can easily add to your daily routine. Starting right now, habits that support healthy flow. Cut your mental fog and strengthen your independence. We're going to start with breakfast, then talk about movement, hydration, sleep, and a few habits you never considered before. Trust me, just the implementation of one of these can really make the difference. If you're ready to take control, not only of your well-being, but of your destiny too, then hang tight. Breathe in deep. Let's start with the first habit. Find out the best foods for breakfast to calm inflammation and protect your blood vessels to have a healthy day. Breakfast determines the day because the first food you take could protect your blood vessels or silently damage them. At the age of 65, your body begins to show heightened sensitivity to inflammation, elevated blood pressure, and fluctuations in blood sugar levels, key factors that significantly heighten the risk of stroke. The CDC reports that almost 75% of strokes happen in individuals aged 65 and older, with many of these incidents linked to daily lifestyle choices such as our breakfast selections. Chronic low-grade inflammation stands as the primary adversary in this scenario. It's the silent type of inflammation. Nevertheless, over time, it slowly deteriorates your arteries, increases your blood pressure, and encourages blood clots to form. Fortunately, there are some morning foods that can fight inflammation effectively, stabilize your blood sugar, and improve blood flow to your brain. Pay attention to 3 key categories: healthy fats, antioxidants, and fiber. Begin with omega-3 fatty acids rich in tasty choices like chia seeds, ground flaxseed, and walnuts. Omega-3s are prized for their potent anti-inflammatory effects. One study published recently in the journal Stroke found that greater ALA, or plant-based omega-3 consumption, was associated with a 27% lower risk of stroke. 1 tablespoon of chia seeds contains about 5 g of fiber and contains more omega-3s than a serving of salmon. Just sprinkle it on your oats. Let it sit for 5 minutes to soften, and you're giving your blood vessels exactly what they desire. Lastly, we look at berries such as blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. These have anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that protect your arterial walls against oxidative stress. Harvard researchers exposed that consuming berries 3 times a week can reduce your risk of heart attack and stroke by as much as 32%, all courtesy of their potent protective chemicals. Let's go whole grain crazy, beginning with the goodness of plain oats and steel-cut oats. As opposed to white bread or sugary cereals, oats are rich in soluble fiber, particularly beta-glucan, which efficiently helps to clear out bad cholesterol, LDL, from your body. Kickstart your day the proper way. The American Heart Association recommends with at least 25 grams of fiber a day and a half cup of oats. In the morning, you're on your way to success with about 4 g of fiber in just one serving. To put it all together, try this simple recipe. Indulge in a tasty half cup of cooked to perfection rolled oats, 1/2 banana, chopped a half cup of mixed berries, only a single tablespoon of chia seeds. Munch on a serving of 5 to 7 walnuts. Sprinkle a pinch of cinnamon for added flavor. Top with a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt for a kick of protein and probiotics. In a mere 5 to 10 minutes of prep time, you can give your heart, blood vessels, and brain sustained support for hours on end. While these foods are good for fighting off inflammation, some common breakfast options tend to worsen the condition even though they may look harmless. Instant packets of flavored oatmeal often contain 12 to 16 g of added sugars per serving. That is about 4 teaspoons of sugar. Beginning your day with this kind of sugar burden shoots your blood glucose levels up only to crash shortly afterwards, resulting in fatigue and inflammation. Bacon and sausage are loaded with sodium and nitrates, which cause arterial hardening and high blood pressure. 2 slices of bacon pack a wallop with 400 to 500 mg of sodium, about 20% of your daily limit. When you choose fruit juice, even if it says 100%, you're avoiding the fiber that slows down absorption. 1 cup of juice from oranges contains about 22 g of sugar, which has an equivalent glycemic impact to soda. In conclusion, breakfast is more than routine. The foods you eat every day are key in determining your risk for stroke. Eating whole, natural, anti-inflammatory foods and avoiding hidden sugars and sodium is a smart choice for protecting your brain health, something even more basic than water and food. The frequently underappreciated contribution of dehydration and excess sugar as major stroke triggers. Second, let's move from the food on your plate to the liquid in your cup. In the prevention of strokes, proper hydration is just as important as eating the proper foods. A lot of people don't know that even mild dehydration can hike the risk of stroke, especially for individuals above the age of 65. Learn the process involved. Inadequate water consumption results in thicker blood in your body. This presents challenges to smooth flow and the risk of clotting formation. A study conducted on Stroke Journal found that over 60% of the patients who came to the hospital with an ischemic stroke were discovered to be dehydrated. The most common type of stroke is the result of a blood vessel in the brain becoming blocked. As we get older adults are at higher risk because the sense of thirst deteriorates and can result in dehydration. Although you may not feel thirsty, your body needs water to have stable blood pressure, clear out waste products, and provide a consistent flow of oxygen to your brain. What's the solution? It all starts with a simple routine. Keep a glass or water bottle nearby always. Do it in the morning. Don't forget to take reminders if needed. Take a sip frequently. Quench your thirst before it hits you. Try to drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily. If you have an active life or live in a hot climate, try increasing it. Let's dive into one that prevents hydration. Processed sweetener. Refining sugar isn't restricted to sweet treats alone. You'll find it hiding in flavored yogurts, breakfast bars, bottled teas, and even salad dressings. Once in your bloodstream, it triggers a cascade of inflammation, raising blood pressure, increasing insulin resistance, and damaging the lining of your arteries. The American Heart Association recommends older adults limit their consumption of added sugars to 24 g for women and 36 g for men. Most people, however, unwittingly consume much more. 1 serving of sweet yogurt can contain as much as 20 g of sugar. A can of soda has nearly 40 g. A single nutritious granola bar can weigh as much as 15 g, half of what you're supposed to have in a day. The higher the amount of sugar you eat, the water your body sucks out of your tissues to help control your blood sugar. This doubles dehydration, essentially putting you at twice the risk of stroke. Increased viscosity in the blood, high pressure, increased inflammation. What are your options? Eat whole fruit rather than fruit juice or sweet treats. A ripe banana. A firm apple or a sweet handful of berries gives you a blast of natural sweetness accompanied by fiber that slows down the absorption of sugar. Infuse your water naturally with the flavorful flavors of lemon, cucumber, or mint for a pleasurable experience. Choose healthier drink options rather than sugary ones. Choose herbal teas like chamomile or rooibos, especially around afternoon when the sweet tooth tends to strike. Incorporate hydration as a routine in your life, not an afterthought. Establish a target. Start your day with a refreshing glass of water right after you wake up. Enjoy another before each meal and sip one in the mid-afternoon for a boost. Sometimes safeguarding your brain isn't about medication. It's simply about staying hydrated. Next up, discover how a simple 10-minute walk after each meal can significantly enhance your blood flow and stabilize your blood sugar levels, all from the convenience of your home. It's time to act. Let's go through one of the most effective habits for stroke prevention that has no cost and just 10 minutes of your day. Taking a walk right after your meal. Not about some tough jog or exercise video, just a light walk around your home, your backyard, or even just down the hallway. This simple activity is very important for a few reasons. After every meal, especially those high in carbohydrates, your blood sugar rises naturally. That's totally normal. With older people, that rise can be greater and last longer, especially when physical activity is minimal. High blood sugar levels cause more inflammation, damage your blood vessels, and put pressure on your heart. But the amazing thing is this. A simple 10-minute walk after a meal can reduce the sugar spikes in the blood by up to 22%, as noted in a study published in Diabetologia. Why is this? Your muscles are now burning that sugar as fuel, keeping it out of your bloodstream. And wait, there's more. Walking improves blood flow, naturally reduces blood pressure, eases post-meal tiredness and mental fogginess, and supports a healthy weight, which are all linked to a lowered risk for stroke. This is especially crucial after dinner. When most people are less active, your day passes, you eat, get comfortable, maybe watch a show, and then sleep. This cycle keeps blood sugars up for hours, resulting in nighttime vascular stress, one of the underappreciated risks of stroke during sleep. Here's your plan of action. After breakfast, lunch, and dinner, create a soft target. Only 10 minutes of activity, not power walking, just specific actions. Stay active by walking in place while cleaning the kitchen. Take a relaxed walk about your garden. All the steps you take in your hallway count. Turn it into a social one. Invite others to join you to your partner. Get a friend to walk with you as you do your move. In case the weather is not favorable, walk indoors. The value comes in the process, not the setting. This is a special habit that requires no equipment, no timing, and gives immediate reward. Try it out. Feel the freedom of movement in your legs, the sense of clarity in your mind, and the harmony in your body. Once you've had a meal, sitting down would not be the best option. Go for a walk. Give your meals the power to help you reach your objectives, not block them. Then we'll be going back to the kitchen, but this time not for eating. Find an easy habit of seasoning that goes unappreciated and find out how eliminating just half a teaspoon of salt from your everyday diet can lower your stroke risk far better than any medication. We've talked about the advantages of walking after a meal, but now let's discuss a new habit to adopt. A presence that lives quietly in your kitchen, nestled in your pantry, and maybe adorning your dining table. Let's talk about salt. This seemingly harmless seasoning that, when overused, can quietly raise your blood pressure and increase your chance of stroke. You may find this fact quite surprising. High blood pressure is the single most preventable stroke risk factor, and one of the fastest offenders that can drive that pressure up is an excess of salt, especially after age 65, when your kidneys and arteries get progressively more sensitive to sodium overload. Let's have a closer look at the numbers for a second. The American Heart Association aging adults are supposed to restrict their sodium consumption to no more than 500 milligrams per day. That is about 2/3 of a teaspoon. Yet, the average American consumes more than 400 milligrams per day, more than double what they are supposed to. You may think that you don't add a lot of salt to your cooking. And to a certain extent that is true, nearly 70% of the salt we ingest isn't coming from the salt shaker. It's coming from processed, packaged foods and restaurant meals. Canned soup, salad dressings, frozen dinners, deli meats, bread, and even so-called healthful veggie chips or cereals. This hidden salt adds up meal by meal, day by day, quietly tightening your arteries and damaging the delicate lining of your blood vessels. Studies in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology indicate that reducing daily sodium intake by just 1,000 mg can result in a reduction in systolic blood pressure by about 5 to 6 mm of mercury. Uncover the real secret behind it all. Reducing 10 mmHg of mercury for systolic pressure translates to an impressive 27% reduction of the risk for stroke. The actual challenge lies in how to lessen salt without losing that rich flavor. Prepare for an incredible ride as nature overflows with zesty healing flavors. Garlic contains a potent chemical believed to help decrease blood pressure and cholesterol. Roast it or add minced garlic to your soups, sauces, and roasted vegetables for an added depth of flavor. Turmeric, the bright yellow spice, is full of curcumin, famous for its potential in lowering inflammation in blood vessels and improving circulation. Add it to rice, lentils, or scrambled eggs for a tasty gourmet flavor. Rosemary, thyme, oregano, basil. These herbs add aroma and flavor while being full of plant substances that support healthy arteries. Try them in dried or fresh form. Lemon juice or apple cider vinegar. These actives add flavor and help acidity and brightness of your meals, minimizing your craving for salt while revitalizing your palate. Extra virgin olive oil. It's more than just a fat, it's an effective weapon in the battle against strokes. Full of polyphenols and anti-inflammatory agents, olive oil works well to reduce blood pressure and reduce oxidative stress. Here's a quick glimpse at a before and after situation. Suppose you're cooking up a tasty roasted potato batch. Most people will choose to coat with vegetable oil, heavily season with salt, and finally bake to crisp. This single meal is a real punch with more than 800 mg of sodium, which equals your entire daily limit. Let's get a new vision going. Roast the potatoes to crisps in a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Add some minced garlic, a pinch of rosemary, and a dash of turmeric. A hint of lemon juice as garnish. What about sodium? Under 100 mg taste? Rich, alive, and deeply satisfying. What about your arteries? Grins all around? Start your path to lower sodium consumption with baby steps. Start with a daily meal from scratch, incorporating herbs in place of salt. Reduce your salt by half while amplifying the flavor with double the spices. Always sample your dish before reaching for the salt shaker. Keep in mind, your taste buds will adapt in a mere 2 to 3 weeks. What seems flavorless today will be perfectly seasoned tomorrow. This is not about retribution. It's all about reshaping your perceptions to embrace what truly nourishes your heart. Stroke prevention can be tasty. It really does have the ability to taste better than ever before. Next, we'll examine your evening routine and discover the unexpected connections between your bed and coffee time and their possible effects on stroke risk. We've covered breakfast, drinking, taking a walk, and salting. Now let's examine an area we often overlook, even though we spend a large part of our lives doing it. Sleep tight. Your risk of stroke persists even when you sleep, so it's vital to remain educated. Studies show that up to 25% of strokes happen during sleep or in the first few hours of waking up, often hitting without warning. Your evening habit is just as important as your waking routine for protecting your brain and blood vessels. What's the connection here? Uneven sleep or insomnia upsets your body's natural rhythms, leading to poor sleep quality. It elevates nighttime blood pressure, boosts stress hormones such as cortisol, and interferes with your body's ability to manage blood sugar levels. These factors converge to significantly elevate the risk of stroke. A significant study featured in the journal Neurology tracked more than 30,000 adults for almost 10 years. People with unsystematic sleep schedules had a 22% higher risk of stroke when compared to the people who had regular sleep-wake routines regardless of the amount of sleep they had. Introducing tip number 5, have a regular sleep and wake routine and stick to it conscientiously. This includes going to bed more or less at the same time each evening, including weekends and waking around the same hour each morning. What's the reason behind it? Your internal body clock, known as the circadian rhythm, plays a crucial role in regulating blood pressure, heart rate, and inflammation. A consistent sleep routine ensures everything operates seamlessly. There's an additional habit that can quietly undermine your sleep, particularly after reaching the age of 60. Consuming caffeine in the afternoon. No matter if you're a coffee drinker or a green tea connoisseur, sipping a morning cup is a nice ritual for most. Did you know that caffeine stays in your body for 6 to 8 hours? Having coffee at 300 p.m. can stick around in your system, affecting your brain far into the evening hours around 9 or 10 p.m. This can result in delayed sleep, reduced deep sleep, and high blood pressure during the night. This is especially the case for older adults. Over time, our liver's caffeine metabolizing capacity declines. The same post-lunch coffee cup that used to have minimal effect when you're in your 40s may be the culprit for keeping you up at night these days when you're in your 70s. Here's the cool down. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Discover caffeine-free choices that promote peacefulness and improve heart health. Chamomile tea provides a comforting and calming experience famous for its capacity to diminish anxiety. Licorice root or rooibos tea. Enjoy the calming advantage of naturally sweet caffeine-free lemon balm or passion flower, valued for their classic function to encourage good sleep. A glass of warm water with lemon can become a comforting ritual. Keep in mind, achieving quality sleep goes beyond just the number of hours you clock in. It's all about maintaining a steady approach and exploring the layers. Lower the lights an hour before bedtime. Power down those screens. Immerse yourself in a captivating book, or let soothing melodies wash over you. Allow your body to relax effortlessly, free from the interference of caffeine. A good night's sleep is one of the strongest medicines for your heart, brain, and vascular system as a whole. Then learn a simple way to check your heart rhythm in the comfort of your own home. Knowing the symptoms of an irregular heartbeat might save your life. Let's explore a subject that might be out of sight, but not out of mind, way down inside of you when you know what to look for. The beat of your heart. One of the greatest underappreciated stroke risks in people over age 65 has nothing to do with having high blood pressure or high cholesterol. Atrial fibrillation, also known as AIB, is an irregular heart rhythm. Atrial fibrillation is a type of condition where the upper chambers of your heart contract in an unsynchronized way with the lower chambers. Your heart may not exhibit a regular rhythm. Rather, it may flutter, miss a beat, or gallop irregularly. Now, let's address the worrying part. AFib increases your risk of stroke by an unbelievable 5 times. 5 times absolutely. When the heart goes out of sync, it may cause blood to pool inside the heart, which could generate the risk of clotting. If one of those clots travels to your brain, it leads to a stroke. What's even scarier is that many people with AFib don't experience any symptoms at all. It tends to lie dormant, tucked away, until some dramatic event occurs. But there is good news. AFib can be detected and treated effectively, especially when diagnosed early. Find a simple method to track your pulse straight from the comfort of your home. Just take a moment to relax. Place your index and middle fingers on your wrist directly under the base of your thumb. Press gently until you feel your heartbeat. To calculate your heart rate, merely count the beats for 15 seconds and then multiply that figure by 4. Keep your focus while counting. Is the rhythm steady or changing? The normal resting heart rate is from 60 to 100 beats per minute, but more important than the number is the rhythm. We want a steady beat, thump, thump, thump. An unusual rhythm, thump, space, thump, thump, skip, may be a red flag. Look for these frequent signs of AIB. A sensation of fluttering or pounding in your chest, shortness of breath during ordinary activities, sudden fatigue, light-headedness or dizziness, worry, or a general feeling that something is wrong. If you notice any of these symptoms or feel an abnormal rhythm, remain calm, but do make note of it as well. Call your physician and ask for a simple test called an ECG or electrocardiogram. Within minutes, you'll know whether your heartbeat is regular or irregular. Why is this so important? Almost 1 in 10 people aged 80 and older have AIB, sometimes without even knowing it. Strokes due to AIB tend to be more serious, with a higher chance of long-term disability. If caught early, though, there are options like blood thinners, medications regulating rhythm, or even a pacemaker can greatly reduce your risk. Give yourself a moment, learn the rhythm of your heartbeat. Spend a moment reading it every day for 1 week. Listen to your sensations and tune in to the information your body is providing. In many cases, the best thing for preventing strokes is simply your own 2 fingers and an instant of concentrated attention. Next, we'll go back to your kitchen, where a little bit of planning ahead can make all the difference in your day-to-day choices. Let's talk about one of the most effective but often overlooked methods of stroke prevention: meal planning. You've probably heard the saying, if you don't plan, you're going to fail. When it comes to having a healthy diet after age 65, this is particularly true. The fact is this: during times of exhaustion, hunger, or lack of time, the best choice more than likely isn't what you select. You go with the route of least resistance. Usually, it's a salty snack. Sugar or chemicals, the very issues we've been trying to avoid. Think about having hearthealthy, tasty choices sitting in your fridge so you don't have to scramble at the last minute. Ready, diced, and set to go. We call that preparation to prevent problems. Here is a quick rundown of why this style is so effective. It relieves the decision burden. No need to think too much. Just take it and enjoy. It promotes dependability. When healthy meals are the standard, your body gets the necessary support that it desires every day. It reduces temptation. When you have something wonderful and wholesome ready, you're less likely to reach for high-sodium frozen foods or sugary snacks. Above all else, it helps keep your blood pressure stable, keeps your cholesterol in line, and shields your blood vessels. What do you need to prepare? Find 2-stroke clever ideas great for seniors that are easy to prepare ahead. Delicious fruit and nut salad cups. Mix chopped apples, pears, and grapes into a tasty mixture. A tiny portion of blueberries or raspberries, a sprinkle of walnuts or almonds topped with a pinch of cinnamon. Store in small containers in the refrigerator. Quick and easy breakfast or snack rich in fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats to increase blood flow and reduce inflammation. 2 jars of chia oatmeal, ideal for overnight oats. In a mason jar, combine half a cup of rolled oats, 1 teaspoon of chia seeds, half a cup of unsweetened almond milk or oat milk, and top with a handful of frozen berries or banana slices. Refrigerate it overnight to soak so it's nicely ready to be devoured in the morning. Packed with soluble fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, and a consistent source of energy, each recipe takes less than 10 minutes to make. Make 3 to 4 servings at a time so you have breakfast or snacks ready to consume for half a week. Do not like sweets? No problem whatsoever. Prepare a wonderful mix. Tasty quinoa cooked deliciously, combined with immaculately roasted vegetables, topped with olive oil and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. Savor boiled eggs combined with fresh tomato slices and smooth avocado. Plan your meals in the transparent containers at eye level in the refrigerator. When you feel hungry, the healthy option will be before your eyes. Here's yet another practical tip. Keep a shopping list of your favorite healthy foods right on the refrigerator. With this strategy, when shopping time comes, you won't be stumped. You'll be prepared and armed. Preventing strokes is more than a matter of willpower. It's a case of making the way to smart choices easier even before you have to produce them. Then, learn why preventing stroke is a process better undertaken in collaboration. Learn how being part of group activities and building support networks can protect your health as well as your happiness. In preventing stroke, most of us focus on diet, exercise, and medication. But there's one very important component that often gets overlooked. It's out of your kitchen, out of your drug cabinet, and deeply within your relationships. I'm talking about the value of social connection. Your friendships, sense of belonging, an amount of laughter or conversation with someone you can trust all have a big role to play. Everything matters. Isolation is more than loneliness. It's a potential risk. Studies show that social isolation raises the risk of stroke by 32% and significantly increases the risk of complications after a stroke event. Let me tell you, loneliness is able to increase stress hormones like cortisol, which causes a rise in blood pressure. Healthy routines like walking or cooking meals become more difficult to sustain. It can quietly intensify depression or anxiety, conditions that are intertwined with heart and brain health issues. Your assignment is at hand. Work together for success. Build a good support network. Get to know people who share your goals, even if only a few. Start small. Join a walking group in your local area or at your community center. Find gentle yoga or Tai Chi classes tailored to older adults, ideal for improving balance, increasing flexibility, and reducing the risk of stroke. Become active at a food pantry, library, or church organization where purposeful action and purpose unite. No worries if stepping out isn't an option for you. Numerous online communities exist for older adults dedicated to health, wellness, and fostering connections. A simple weekly phone call with a friend can work wonders. Allow me to share a brief tale with you. Eleanor, a 72-year-old woman, experienced a mini stroke a few years back. Following that alarming episode, her physician recommended that she walk more and monitor her blood pressure. Eleanor, nevertheless, lived in isolation. She no longer drove. She was afraid of going out alone. She joined a neighborhood senior center walking group that met twice weekly at a park. At first, she did not speak. Soon, she discovered a new friend in Mary, who had also battled her own health issue. They started looking out for each other, promoting healthy eating, keeping up with appointments, and even walking together on their days off. 2 years on, Eleanor's blood pressure is still stable. She has lost 12 lbs. Most of all, her joy radiates. Health is more than just numbers. It revolves around people. Think about it. Who's got your back? What are some ways you can deepen your relationships, even if it's only once a week? Next, we're going to get into the final habit, the habit that ties everything we've covered together. You could save your life in 5 minutes a week. To wrap things up, here's a tip that ties it all together. Regardless of how diligently you eat, walk, sleep, or maintain connections, there exists one fundamental habit that unifies all these aspects. Stay vigilant with your health metrics and maintain regular check-ins with your healthcare provider. Consider it in this way. Just like you wouldn't pay attention to the oil in your vehicle for years, it is vital to remain up to date on maintenance. Your body is no different. Once you hit 65, regular check-ups become your active warning system, allowing you to pick up on small issues before they become big crises. Learn the vital numbers all older adults should keep an eye on. Blood pressure. Try to keep a heart rate under 130 over 80 mmHg of mercury. Monitor your resting pulse and watch for changes in cholesterol levels, especially LDL, the bad kind, and blood glucose levels. Even without diabetes, high glucose levels can increase the risk of stroke as well as lead to weight gain and a widening waistline. A wide waistline has been linked to a higher risk of metabolic syndrome. If you've had any heart rhythm problems, keep an eye out for symptoms like palpitations, dizziness, or fatigue. You don't have to wait for the doctor's office to take charge. Start your own simple health notebook or journal. Develop the habit of taking your blood pressure weekly. If you have a machine at home, follow your pulse, energy levels, sleep, and any unexpected symptoms like headaches, changes in vision or balance. Over time, this becomes an incredibly valuable resource, not just for you, but for your entire healthcare team. When your physician is able to monitor trends over time, they are better able to make more informed and personal decisions about your care. And here's a very important point that tends to go through people's minds. Your eyes, mouth, and gut also have a crucial function in your cardiovascular system. Vision changes can signal the onset of most strokes or high blood pressure. Studies have found an association between gum disease and inflammation of the arteries. Digestive issues can prevent nutrient uptake, especially B vitamins, which are essential to keep your brain healthy. Don't skip that dental visit. Book your eye test today. If you notice anything out of the ordinary with your digestion, be sure to discuss it with your doctor. Here's your step-by-step guide to taking control through careful monitoring, watchful observation, and an active approach, not guesswork. Stroke prevention is more than simply reacting to symptoms. It's about spotting the early signs and taking action before they become a serious problem. What's the most thrilling part? Spend just 5 minutes a week on this habit. It gives you daily peace of mind. Let us take a pause for a moment and look back at the journey that we have had today. Find 9 easy science-backed habits aimed at protecting your brain, heart, and independence. No expensive gadgets, dietary restrictions, or intricate regimens needed. Begin your day with the inclusion of anti-inflammatory foods on your breakfast plate, keeping your body well, hydrated, and eliminating secret sugars. From recreational walks after meals to choosing olive oil and herbs over salt. Improve your sleep, keep track of your pulse, plan your meals, foster your social relationships, and regulate your health with intent and focus. These are not just tips, these are tools. Powerful tools to use by anyone, any age, income level, or history of disease to take charge of your future. Stroke prevention at 65 is not motivated by fear. It's all about understanding. It's all about taking action. Ultimately, it revolves around hope. I have a request for you. If any of these habits resonated with you, we'd love for you to hit that like button. This encourages YouTube to distribute the video to a wider audience of seniors who could benefit from it. If you've been thinking, that's me, or I want to do that, go forward and click subscribe. We produce videos every week specifically for elderly people wanting to maximize their longevity, improve their well-being, and stay independent. Don't forget to share this video with a loved one. Your sister, your friend, your neighbor may not know how easy it is to lower their stroke risk until you take the time to demonstrate them. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Which one of these 9 tips have you already started using? Which one are you going to start this week? To learn more about foods that are stroke recovery friendly, be sure to watch our next video, Foods That Reduce Stroke Risk After 65. You'll find it conveniently linked right here on the screen. Meanwhile, stay strong, indulge your curiosity, and keep on making choices that serve your future you. You've got this. We're with you, leading you through each moment.